coming into this game off that just crushing victory. I think Noble Truth might go with something completely random at this point. Just throwing whatever curveball they can. You know, play your favorite champions, play whatever you want, and just have fun at this point is what I think Noble Truth wants to do. Because if you're having fun, you're going to win, regardless of whether or not that Nexus blows up in your favor.
It's true. When you don't have anything riding for you and it's a mental thing that you're not super invested in, you can enjoy it, enjoy the process, you can learn, you get that experience you get to take back with you. And I think that's really important in and of itself.
Yeah, and especially since it's kind of a patchwork team comp in terms of the people playing. Like, these guys are very unfamiliar with each other in these roles, that they're just having fun here today.
Mm-hmm. Now, Inori is going to prioritize this Kha'Zix since the Rengar's off the table as well, and he didn't have necessarily the biggest impact just because he didn't need to last time. This time, he has the option to go really early on, and we might even see a quicker enemy team focusing on those fights, trying to force the mid-game than he did last time.
Yeah, we talked about NME being a team that had only been formed about a month and a half ago, but they competed in the Black Monster Cup, and they took second place. Yeah. Their first time ever competing in it. I think they got second to LoLPro.
They did, and they actually won the game one against them, so LoLPro actually showed some troubles, and you saw in their last game today, earlier, they had a little bit of trouble closing out too, so NME knew how to take advantage of that kind of thing as well, so they don't just play particularly well ahead, they've been able to play from behind.
Yeah, and also, a month and a half, that's very, very short in terms of how long you've been together to accomplish something like that so quickly. You're just going to grow from there, and especially with a team like this where you kind of had dissonance in play style with the Wolf's Claw and meshing with everybody else, but now that he's getting on their page, this team has a lot of potential that they're just cracking into.
Absolutely, and it wasn't just a month and a half that they were formed too. The fact that they played their very first competitive matches in the Black Monster Cup is incredibly impressive. Making the finals in your debut, nobody does that.
Very rarely do you do that.
Yeah.
Very rarely do you do that.
Enemy was able to do it.
There are some teams that do it.
Yeah.
I think LMQ very quickly.
Oh, okay. Well, this is at the top of mind. You know, maybe we'll talk about dominant challenger teams. Anyways,
yeah.
There are a number of options here for Noble Truth. Again, they didn't really show anything there was some unexpected things. Obviously, the Poppy pick. They had basic strategies apart from that. They could still be holding something back that they haven't really revealed yet, and we could see something crazy now. Elise is being hovered, hasn't been the most popular jungle. It's going to switch back to Jarvan. They have a Janna. That's kind of a weird choice because they're kind of opposites as far as synergy goes.
In terms of Janna and Jarvan, yes. One wants to keep you all in a little hole. The other one wants to just spread everybody out, get away from me. But I was actually more focused on the Jace pick here. I mean, they're picking all J comps right now. But the Jace is something that they have to first pick away because the Wolf's Claw will pick it up for himself. Also, Jason to Syndra is kind of suicide. That's why they counterpicked it with the Syndra.
Yeah.
So Wolf's Claw has a champion pool that he knows the weaknesses to his own champions. So if you try to ban him out and then pick his champion, he will be like, I'm going to play this against you. Because when I play my champions and somebody plays that against me, it is a living hell. So he knows how to counter himself. So if you start playing his champions, he knows how to counter that.
Mm-hmm. So right now, Noble Truth thinking about the last choices they are going to make, and that would be an interesting combination if that's what they finished up with. Nasus, and well, not going to be Teemo. We'll see another Yordle. Corki thinking about that one. That would be a pretty good choice in general. Should fit with the Janna quite nicely in the bot side. Raven was risky. That's a lot safer.
Yeah, Corki's one of these champions that is really, really strange because he's actually very, very top tier right now, but we don't see a lot of play of him, at least in these first rounds of this tournament. I think as we go on, we're going to see more prioritization on him, especially with some nerfs to Lucian, like his Ardent Blaze damage and the movement speed got a little higher, but also the mana cost on his E. I think Corki's in a very good place because he hasn't been touched in a bit.
Yeah, it's sort of like he gets overlooked sometimes. Balance-wise, he always seems like he comes and goes just enough to really not be on that.
Fun fact, this is one of the first times that Corki has been a top-tier pick, and Ezreal hasn't been at the same time.
Ah, yes.
Got that one from Curse's iVillain. Little analyst over there. Thank you for that
Sometimes you get those little nuggets of knowledge. You're like, wow.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting to me, because every time he's been up there, it's been because of Trinity Force, and then Ezreal's like, I'm here too. But no, not this time.
Yeah. Well, you know, Ezreal's still in a decent spot, but we haven't seen him competitive, you've been mentioning. So with that locked in now, Noble Truth, they have the Aurelia top side. That leaves an open potential counter pick. I mean, it's the same kind of mistake we saw yesterday being made. It wasn't first pick, but it was picked last. There really isn't any choice. And there you go, Cax on Rumble. This is going to be a pretty strong comp again from NME. Very aggressive.
NME from the get-go right here have been forming a mid-game composition for themselves. Syndra's power spikes are very early on around the level 6. He's going to pick somebody off at a dragon fight. Then you have Twitch, who get 2 items. You go Youmu's, you go Blade of the Ruined King, and then you're good to go for mid-game assassinations, mid-game team fights, just using rat-tat-tat across multiple people, and that really helps with the ultimate the equalizer from Rumble. So this team composition is all around mid-game, whereas the team composition from Noble Truth, a little bit of mix and match here, but they still have mid-game power. It's just not as invested in the just AoE team fight. It's more of a we're going to poke and then disengage.
Yeah, it's kind of a touch-and-go thing. And again, I think they're trying to play this out a little bit safer. Again, we could say their confidence might have been shaken, but going in, they didn't have the highest expectations anyway. So they might just be trying out things for fun. They might just be trying, hey, we think this one could work. Maybe we can shake them a little bit. But NME so far has been absolutely unbreakable, and it's not just body drop.
Yeah, body drop. You know, we gave him a lot of attention because he's one of the newer members that was picked by Otter. But I do think that everybody on this team really just deserves their 2 cents. I think Nori, he has a really good Rengar, and he's been hiding that from us this tournament. But he might have to whip it out at later stages.
And we'll have to see. Well, what do you guys think? We want to know. Keep that conversation going. You can go ahead and tweet us at LOL Esports using the hashtag LCS expansion. Predictions, prophecies, paraphrases, all that good stuff. We will get ready to get this game started, and we'll see if Noble Truth can answer back.
Yeah, it's going to be extremely hard, though. I keep saying that. It's a huge uphill battle. This team is just, they were in a bad spot to begin with, but the fact that they had 3 members under the age of 17 and had to sub them out for this tournament, they're really just here for fun at this point. Like, it'd be a miracle for them to beat NME, but I've seen stranger things.
Absolutely. Well, and there's nothing wrong with having a little bit of fun while you play anyways. That's what the game's all about. So spawning in that blue side, Noble Truth getting ready, marching out the gates. We could see some shenanigans this time. They could go for the level 1.
Yeah, I mean, they could go for the level 1. Noble Truth did have a good level 1 last game.
It was an unexpected one.
It was really hard, though, for them to actually pressure and capitalize off of it.
Otter does not see this yet. They're still in the fog.
They don't really have a way to gap close onto him unless there's a Janna Tornado.
They give it away.
Yeah, that's all that they could do because there's no Q and you're not level 2. You can't close that distance. They would just walk up and it'd be very, very difficult.
Now, whatever it is they're talking about in that brush, it certainly seems to be amusing.
Just told a joke to Corky and he's cracking up.
Mm-hmm. That's one of the hardest voices to do.
Corky's?
Yeah.
We're not going to try it.
Nope, not even. We'll let him
In
do
the privacy of your home, you may try it.
Do try this at home.
Tweet your Corky impressions at
oh, God.
LCS expansion.
Oh, boy. That's going to happen.
It is going to. I hope it happens.
I do, too. I'll be disappointed otherwise.
There's going to be those people who try and then it's nothing like Corky. They're just going to be like,
might sound like another Yordle.
They're just going to be like, your will, my hands. Oh, Corky, yeah. How's that?
Oh, boy. See, they thought it was funny.
Oh, at least one person did.
There you go. You've always got a fan.
Always.
Now, it's a fairly normal jungle start this time. What we thought might have been an invade. They're going to just go for the bottom side either way. I think, Razorluck has that option on Jarvan. Go blue, go red. Doesn't really matter too much. But, this could mean we could see some top lane action early on.
Yeah, no lane swaps this game. They just want to have that straight 2-on-2. Body drop did get his thresh, though. That's something that we're going to have to keep a look on because there might be a highlight reel in this game because that is his main champion. He even took Ignite for just kill pressure in the lane as opposed to the exhaust. So that's what they're going to be looking for here is aggression in this bottom lane and trying to match this Corky Janna, which is actually a very aggressive lane despite Janna being more of a disengaged champion.
Well, and she's probably going to play pretty disengaged too when you consider the fact that she picked up the Ancient Coin as well. It's not something we see all the time on Jannas.
Going really aggressive there. Losing out on that trade, just trying to auto-attack Body Drop. And Body Drop is like, you're in range for Flay, and then trades really, really effectively.
Yeah. Tonnington's having trouble against Cax as well. He's been getting right up in there. And
Cax
still
is going to get level 2.
Yeah, he's got that advantage, right? He can zone as much as he wants. And it's difficult to get back in without taking damage in return. Yeah, you've got Blade Surge, but what else can you do after that? Try to get the equilibrium off, and it's hard to duel early game with Aurelia.
Yeah, and the big thing is Rumble is one of those champions that in the current top lane pool is pretty ban-worthy. We've seen a lot of people just be like, if you're red side, you're banning 3 top laners. You're banning Gnar, you're banning Rumble. It's something I expect to see throughout this tournament, and then possibly Maokai at the same time. So people have been falling back on things like Aurelia. Malphite's getting a ton of play in this tournament as well on this patch.
Yeah, it really has been
Some
kind of
people are
evolution
happy
of
about
top
that.
lane. Oh yeah, saw a couple of comments here. Whoa, Leonard! There is the level 3 Inori gank, and Leonard is going to get burned down. Wolf will get the final shot on that one with the Ignite tick. So he will pick up first blood 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and a little bit quicker than last time.
Yeah, he just got poked down a bit. He got poked down a bit. Still had the exhaust available to him, but Inori putting on the pressure with not having a Nocturne this time, but having a very aggressive early game jungler. Look at that.
Oh, they get the catch. Max range hook, it looks like now. Up in the top.
Oh, the trick. What?
He can go down. Oh, it's Cax. The auto attack timing wasn't enough. Meanwhile, Otter's in trouble, but he's going to poke down Nocturnal. That is going to be an answer back, though, as well. So the AD carry is trading out there.
Support fight.
Oh, boy. This could be a little long. The hook's going to catch. He's going to get some minion assisting. Come on, body drop. Get the flay off. Woo! They're both level 3. What's the over-under on Janna?
I don't know, but she's kind of losing pretty fast right there, so she has to back off.
Yeah, that one was... it's funny when both the AD carries die really early because the supports are like, yeah, let's go. Oh, everyone's dead.
Yeah, you'd have to hope that minions die next to you because in terms of effective combat stats, there are more on Thresh because he has the Relic Shield as opposed to the coin, which the coin basically just gives you regen off of things dying around you, whereas the shield has HP on it. So you're still in a good spot.
Yeah, definitely going to help body drop a bit. You know, Thresh, arguably a better 1v1 duelist than Janna.
Yeah, especially since Janna, they took away, or they increased the cooldown of Zephyr to be 12 at all ranks instead of scaling down. Some people used to max it first for harass, and now it's pretty much just always max shield.
Yeah, limited the options a little bit there. And, you know, it has been, apart from that eventful battle, it has been relatively even in the bot side for Noble Truth and NME. So, you know, dead even in the farm, one and one. But Twitch, Otter, you know, he's maybe not the greatest laning one. You'd think he'd be a little bit further behind to a champion like Corki. And it really just hasn't been shown from Nocturnal just yet.
A lot of that is the support pressure that they've had. Look at this.
Speaking of pressure, Razelock.
Oh, now he has no escape.
Give me Wraiths.
You use your Q, can't get out. And Nori's like, I want to at least clean this up, janitor it.
Yeah, they're going to get the hook. It's going to catch on a Relara. They know exactly where it's going to go. Body drop showing off those Thresh mechanics, but Otter takes quite a lot of damage on the back as well from Nocturnal.
Yeah, the big thing that a lot of top-tier Thresh players will do is it's one of those abilities that's coded so that you don't, during the wind-up, face the direction that you're going to throw the hook. So he's actually facing backwards, and he throws the hook over his shoulder. So it's a lot harder to dodge because you don't see it coming.
Yeah, speaking of dodging, Tonnington's been having a real hard time with the skill shots from CatGod. You can just see the difference. He might go down. Yeah, he's going to flash for it, burning out as he goes. But yeah, CatGod going to get the solo kill up top. And
is that the leader of the Caxton 5?
Yep. I think it is.
The captain, oh captain. Captain, my captain.
Well, it may not just be the captain in just a moment. And Nori, though, big shock blast, going to flash for it. He will get the kill.
He got stunned.
Wow, Leonard gets stunned up. He doesn't have the damage follow-up. Going to get baited into the brush. It's a double kill for a Nori. And a big wombo combo there. Wolf is going to help out big time. So, big ups for NME.
Great synergy between those two players. Once again, the exhaust still available on Leonard. He's just not in range by the time he gets picked off to actually use it in time.
Yeah, it's really just been a series of unfortunate events. The hook's going to fly again. He finds Relara. They look like they're going for Nocturnal, but they never really do. Now they're going to fire him down just a little bit, trading incredibly well. Otter, he's only level 4. Once he hits that 6 and gets rat-a-tat-tat, I can only imagine how fast those health bars will melt.
Yeah, and the factor of safety of body drop, if he goes for a tricky assassination on top of somebody, he'll get Thresh Lanterned out and have the opportunity to still be safe afterwards.
Yeah, and there's just so much utility on Thresh, too. I mean, this has been banned a good number of games this tournament so far, and you know, we're seeing body drop play at this time. His Braum was stellar. His Thresh has been incredible.
There's some scary Thresh players in this tournament. Sheep, Bunny Fufu, Body Drop. These guys all have really, really good Threshes that are ban-worthy. And when supports are pulling bans, freeze up everybody else. But look at this, the gank.
Yeah, there is the gank coming in. Razelock, they didn't expect that one, and Otter gets the exhaust on him. Teleport now coming in. Can body drop stand out? Nocturnal's pretty low. They're going to get this one in. Yes, he's got it available. Not using it just yet. Razelock trying to finish body drop, but he can't do it. A tiny bit of his health remaining, and Otter's going to get the kill. CatGod still going strong. There's the equalizer on Nocturnal. He lands it. He's burning away. Not enough damage, and Nocturnal escapes by a sliver of health.
That was a really good equalizer in terms of positioning, but look at this.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Wolf could be in trouble. Leonard and Tonnington going to combo up on him, and this could only go one way. He's going to go down, but Leonard nearly followed past him, and a 2-for-1 they do answer back.
Good exhaust there by Leonard onto the Syndra as the unstable power was coming out. Unleash power. There you go.
Unstable power, unleash power?
Unstable, unleash. No, it's unstable because it's just, you can't hold it back and it gets unleashed. Boom.
Absolutely. So yeah, now that everyone's getting those ult power spikes, it's starting to get a little bit hairy. Only 8 minutes in, and we've got 9 kills. Yeah, this looks a lot like a Chinese Games, Irene.
But it's an NA. What's happening?
I don't even know how to compare regions anymore. I'll let the internet do that.
Oh. Really? You're going to let them do it? No comparing regions.
I got
Be
no
nice,
time.
guys. Be nice.
Yeah.
Be nice.
We love everyone equally.
At the same time, though, Gotta clear out your jungle. There's so much vision control here from NME. Game 1, they dictated where the vision was and where their team was able to move, and they secured a lot of dragons off of that. This game, they're looking to do more of the same. Except this time, Noble Truth is there first, but there's Steam.
Yeah, they did this last game. They were able to sink a dragon, but there wasn't as much vision, and there wasn't anyone on the side to be able to do it. Whoa, okay. Come on, Leonard. Got to be careful there. So it's difficult to escape from this one since they have to go over the wall, and Nocturnal could pull that one off. Razelock too, but Relara would be out in the cold. This dragon's taking a while to get fired down, and they're not juggling the aggro most effectively, but they will be able to pull it off. Timer is going over, however, to enemy, so they just kind of give that one up. Don't really pick anything for it.
No, they don't get anything off the back of it, except
they
might
maybe
get this.
They might. Razelock, yeah, he's going to go down pretty quickly. That shield gets melted and unleash the power. Wolf is going to take him down. Looking for more. Otter wants to find Relara, is going to go for it. Has the spray and pray flashing away, and Relara is still running away. They had the escape available. Otter's going to be able to get out of that one as well, and really not much Leonard could do to get involved in there. He was already too late to the party.
Cat God, just a big advantage in this top lane in terms of gold from kills. But look at this.
Oh,
my
wow,
God,
and Nori, that damage is huge. Leonard has to be careful.
He's
One
burning.
more shot, he's going down. Oh my goodness, the regen. Just enough to save his life. Now Tonnington's flashing away in the top. Kag says, I can do this once, I can do this twice. And that is real trouble right now for Noble Truth.
And 3 times the lady, but at the same time, they're going to continue to push down this mid lane. And Nori, he did so much damage there, and the potion was what saved Leonard. That's why you always chug one when you're burning down from red buff. Save yourself.
I mean, there is definitely something to be said for how fast you can drink a potion. Now, Body Drop misses the hook there. That is probably one of the first misses we've seen today. And it really has been the story in that bot lane of, can you set up the fight the way you want to? They had a numbers disadvantage earlier on, and they were still able to take something just because they got the teleport in from Cax. And this is why you're 8-2.
Yeah, the hook
Oh,
still
they're going to land it. There we go once again. They find Relara. His health bar's melting. They get the Monsoon out, but it has to get canceled almost immediately. And Nori now going to find Razelock. It's a jungle fight. Continue now. Here's Tonnington. They're still going, but Wolf joins the party. It's just a set of high fives. They get the stun off. Scatter the weak. Body drop. Getting the hook. Nocturnal. He's locked up. They're going in. Unleash the power, and they take him down. Tonnington now. Can he get the chase out? And Nori jumps right into the shock blast. Otter in trouble. Here comes Leonard, and they find themselves 2 for 1. Body drop on the run. Wolf getting the cage. He's got nowhere to go. His flash isn't up. This is going to almost be a kill, but he lanterns to safety, and I can't believe it. They pick up some big kills, but enemy, it could have been worse.
No, yeah, shielding the ignite there at the very end to save himself. Also, the Clay Pigeon shock blast got him in the air in Nori, getting sniped down. But Tonnington, what are you doing? You're way too far out there.
Yeah, just getting the ward, but not worth. CatGod gonna find him and say, I can do this all over again. 3-0 on Rumble right now, and he's looking strong.
The Cax is in. Cax in 5
like
leader. He's going for more here. Look at this.
Gonna find Leonard right now, but do they have enough damage? He's exhausted, but you know what? Rumble doesn't necessarily always need to find the equalizer. He's gonna walk out of it, but he's already burned away. He stood way too long in that AoE, and he's gonna go down again. 4-0 on CatGod now.
Yeah, he is getting extremely fed this game. He doesn't even care about CS. He is at 66 at 12 minutes. He's just going for the fights there as Rumble, and this is going to spike them into that mid-game that they want for this team composition, and they're going to continue to win these fights if they just have complete 5-on-5s. Talked about these team comps at the start. Look at this. CatGod, he's going to be able to just turn this around. He does so much damage, and he just backs away because there comes Tonnington.
Yeah, between the regen and everything else, he was almost able to
put a lot more.
He's going to jump onto this one. Tonnington might find it, but his health bar's melting. He's still burning away, but he's on overdrive here. They're going to find more. It's a double kill for Nori. The hook, max range, and they take him down. It's a triple going to Nori.
The shield from the lantern saved CatGod there. He just flashed out of range, but he still got that shield, and it saved him. And they're going to continue to push down this turret in the mid lane. They got 3 members with this mid-game composition that they keep roaming around onto Noble Truth.
Yeah, they're playing those win conditions out absolutely perfect right now. Noble Truth having so much trouble getting anything going. They try for the picks, the desperation moves, but they just can't find it. And the turret in the middle, the inner turret getting fired down. There's not even a bottom tower taken yet, and they've been able to take that one. They are just roaming this mid lane hard.
Yeah, and that's what you want to do with this type of composition. Like you said, they're playing perfectly to their win conditions right now, and it is just showing beautifully for them. But look at this, Otter. Is he going to be able to get dueled out here by Nocturnal?
Yeah, he might. He's trying to dodge away, but yeah, you can't get away from that armor shred that easily. So Nocturnal, there are signs of life in this Noble Truth team, but they have a long way to go to catch back up.
Setting up for the Dragon. Dragon will be up in about 1 minute and 45 seconds. So you want to get the vision control now. But look at this. Nori is in the right place at the right time.
Yeah, he might get the burst out. He does, and he flashes for it all at the same time. But Nocturnal's not going to get out of this one alive. Going down in flames. and that's going to be yet another pickup by Inori. Razelock now back to his own jungle, kick up a red buff, but again, this is still pretty rough for them if they can only trade even.
Yeah, and they're about 7k gold behind this dragon. Ooh, if it's just a mid-game dragon, it's something you don't want to fight against Rumble. But look at that, they're going to try to take him out.
But they're all
members
standing in the equalizer. Tauntington low, they're still diving for him. They should be able to take him, but again, they have to get something. They've invested so much. Shutdown gold for Leonard, and there wasn't no answer from NME here, but all the same, they are really, really afraid of that Rumble.
Yeah, they're just putting so many resources into trying to shut him down because he got just picked up very, very early and just started snowballing. And this is something that Noble Truth was afraid of. When I talked to them, they said, we are really scared of NME's laning phase. These are basically the fruits of that labor from NME and exactly what Noble Truth was afraid of. They keep snowballing their lanes. They're extremely potent in these laning phases. And this is why they're top Challenger players, because Challenger, in terms of just solo queue, kind of shows how much you can carry a game, how often you can carry a game.
Absolutely. It's really, really difficult, though, when you're in that mentality even. And you mentioned these teams, especially Noble Truth, they've had to have shuffled around quite a lot. And whoa, Razelock, uh-oh, I don't think he might get out of that one. That's goodbye.
Yeah, and on the back of my previous point, and when you're number 2 on the ranked 5 ladder, it shows how much you carry games and close games as a team.
You might have to hold your analysis for just a second. Leonard, he was able to dodge away from that hook. Again, a rare miss out of body drop, but man, has that guy been hitting those hooks per minute.
HPM, hooks per minute.
Pretty important stat for Thresh players.
Yeah, I wonder what potential hooks per minute are based on cooldown. You can just keep throwing them out every 10 seconds. Get some CDR on it.
Yep. Now, speaking of shots, they're going to take a few at this dragon right now, and there's no sight on this teleport in, however. He cancels that away.
I'm like sitting there, I'm like, that isn't really a scary thing. Like, you're sitting there like, okay, he's going to come in behind me after I'm done with the buff, and I have Rumble here off on the side. The Cat God was ready for the backup.
Yeah, Tauntington blows that spell now, so they have the TP advantage. Dragon's already down a massive gold swing, and they're going to catch Razelock again, and he's not going anywhere.
Ooh.
Goodbye. Wolf's going to drop a minion right on his head, and they are going to be able to march on through with the numbers advantage they have here. Still eyeballing that mid.
Threw a minion at him. I've never seen a minion do that much damage before.
Yeah, well, when you're Syndra throwing it at you, there's a little bit of extra. Seriously.
That's some Winions right there. It's not just when they take the Nexus, it's when they get thrown at your face and hit you for more than their HP.
Remember when you could throw Baron? Literally.
When Poppy could like smack Baron face, but that's not what this is about.
Wow, and there's a pretty big shock blast to maybe deter him for just a second, but that is still a drop in the bucket if Noble Truth want to come back into this one. There is so much damage. They've been forced to blow these ults.
He's going really hard.
Tauntington, he wants this one. The hook's not going to land because the minion was there. The equalizer's up. They get that one. Here comes Inori. He goes in the double. He gets exhausted, gets shut down. It's Leonard going to be able to find that one. Shutdown gold on his part, but he may not live the night. It looks like it's a double kill for Wolf. They're still finding it, and it's only Nocturnal remaining. They've only given up Inori for this one. Enemy is in a fantastic position, and they might crack the inhibitors even sooner than they did last game.
Yeah, and the team might not, survive the night, but Nocturnal's going to because he's asleep. Wait, no, he's awake. There we go. He's awake because he's Nocturnal.
Yeah,
boom.
Exactly. And this is kind of going to be necessary for the team. He's got to be there to defend this one. They will be able to come back up. I mean, these death timers are so short right now, but they're making it look like it's a late game. The vision control, they have it where they need, and they've been able to take these fights every single time. Tauntington can't get this aggressive.
Yeah, he keeps going extremely hard. He was the support player of the team, but now he's playing top for these matches. And he's becoming the shot caller. You had to pick it up because he was kind of their third string shot caller because the other two were people who couldn't play. And now, it's really showing. Noble Truth just look very scattered. They look like they've been playing musical chairs with their roster in the last couple of hours.
Well, it's a hard truth for the Noble Truth, and they are really struggling to find a way back into this game. There are still ways they can do it, but they're 10,000 gold down. It's not even 20 minutes. That's got to be disheartening.
And the last game was extremely short, about 23 minutes into that game, and it was just game over. The base was cracked by about 19.5. And this game, it's looking like more of the same.
Yeah.
Oh, look
at
at
the catch, though. Otter, he could be in trouble. Doesn't get out there for the Lantern in time, and Body Drop will get a hook, but that one is a bit of a moot point, just padding those Thresh stats.
At the same time, though, he threw out the Lantern, and the flash was away from Otter. Body Drop is there. He's there to help you. You got to have faith in him.
Yep.
And look at that. Here comes the Rumble TP.
Now they think they can take this 45.
Fight
They
the
can't.
jungle.
Wow, they just completely blow him up while equalizing in the exact right way. Nocturnal's going down, and they just find this fight as perfectly as they can, even without Otter. The double kill for Inori. He is massive this game. They're going to find even more. Wolf with a godlike kill. You've got an 8-1 Syndra. You've got a 10-2 Inori on Kha'Zix. They're going to keep going this one, and this should be an inhibitor.
They're going to go after this inhibitor turret, and the inhibitor is very, very close. Right behind it, 3 members still down. The support and the top lane are up, but those are 2 of your members that can't really do anything in this situation. There's 5 members of NME still up, and they're all beating down on this, and it is an inhibitor that is faster this game than last game.
Yeah, record timing right now. Enemy has turned up the heat a couple of notches. Those dials go into 11, and they are not slowing down at all. Otter might have been caught, but they took the 4v5 perfectly. That is how far behind Noble Truth is.
Right now, they're just going to rotate down to the bottom lane. They have a minion wave already there. They have shoved these waves out in their favor, and they have all the pressure. They have all the cards right now. Noble Truth, they're basically cresting 1-item thresholds at this point.
Yeah.
Whereas NME are working on their 3rd. Noble Truth are basically 50% of the items. But look at this, they're still going to fight
it. Yeah, they still want to do this one. It's actually Body Drop going to be the first casualty, but followed up by Tonington. And you saw the animation. Inori jumped in, got pushed away. Otter's going to get that kill. It is a 1-for-2 trade as they find Razelock as well. Relara unleashed the power. Double kill for Wolf. They're going to find some more, forcing flashes and summoners all across the board. This tower should be gone in just a minute, but they don't have the minion wave to back it up. Meanwhile, super minions crashing through the front of the base as well, and there's no one on Noble Truth to respond.
It's still very early on, but these death timers are so low. But they're going to get another turret for their efforts here for NME. Noble Truth, they are reserved to just clearing out this mid wave. And like I said last game, when an inhibitor is taken this early on, it's really hard to deal with those minions because you just don't have the items.
Yeah, they have to come back from this one, but they're forced to just defend everywhere they can. So now there's a naked inhibitor down on the bot. They've taken the one in the mid already. They could start looking at the top side, but again, when enemy wants to start taking objectives, they find the fights they need, they get in there, they take you down, and then they just are able to march straight forward.
Nori, what are you doing? What are you planning?
Sneaky, sneaky.
Looking around, J4 might actually make a visit here right now. There he
The
is.
solo kill. The unsigned bug is the deadliest. Razelock, he might get away, but maybe not in stealth mode. Inori, oh no! He goes a little bit too hard in the paint, tries to answer back, but he finally falls down, and a bit of a mistake there from the jungler of NME.
I think he may have queued out of his stealth on a minion there. I'm not 100% sure what just happened, but he got exhausted immediately after and still wasn't able to do enough damage. But he just chunks people out. I'm really surprised that that is how that went.
Yep. Well, Enemy has still been able to take these fights 4v5. We'll see if they're interested in doing it, but a little bit of greed sometimes equals feed.
Yeah. He waited a lot on that greed, too. He thought about that. He's like, hey, I'm going to sit in this bush and then jump somebody and kill them, and then you'll know.
Is that what Kha'Zix sounds like?
Well, I kind of thought of the spider that's like, oh, scratch.
Ah, I see. Well, you know, bugs, spiders. One's got 8 legs, the other one's got wings. Why not, right?
I'm a spider.
Speaking of desperation, Baron time. Noble Truth trying to make something happen. Wolf's just down here on the bottom clearing away this inhibitor. This Baron could go over, but Cax is saying, I don't know, you're not getting that one for free. They're burning down pretty low, and he's almost soloing this team. Body drops here. Cax is going to find Tonington. I don't even need the Lantern. I can pick the triple kill myself. Hey, let me just take this Baron now.
And look at this body drop. The support. He's got blood in his eyes. He wants some kills.
He might get just a little bit more. Yep, Body Drop's going to take down Nocturnal already on, and they can't catch Relara, but they can get just about everything else. This Baron's going down.
Cat God versus Baron. Who's got
Zoom
this?
in on it.
Oh, Baron 1, Cat God 0.
And that's unfortunate.
Oh, body drop gets it too. The support comes up, like cleaning it up. He's on janitorial duty.
Inori just didn't want to help with that one. Now the minions are just going to be able to take down these last towers. Wolf might have stayed a little bit too longer, but he's just stalling out for time now. Almost takes down Leonard in all of that. The super minions are here, and if they don't get cleaned up quick, they could just end the game themselves. But Otter and Body Drop might have something to say about that. They're just having a good time now, looking to finish this one off. It could be a 2-0 for NME eSports 22 minutes into the game, and they're looking to try and finish it. But that inhibitor, pretty close to coming back up. They can't get involved. They got to do something. Maybe they find Razelock. Here we go. Jumping on in. The box is down. Body drop. Let me at him, coach. And they keep on going, but the inhibitor in the middle is back up. They can fire it down pretty easy and go in for round number 2.
There's still super minions pouring into the space, and the equalizer in the pit was actually worth even more because the Baron doesn't shred your magic resistance. It actually adds magic damage to your magic damage abilities on people who are shredded. So it basically does true damage extra for every tick. So ticking abilities does even more. But look at this. They're just completely destroying and dictating this game. 18k gold lead. They're just messing around. They want that KDA.
Donington, down he went, and they get a double Inori. Those resets are going crazy. This Nexus is just about over, and this game, this series, is gonna go to NME. It's just a matter of when they decide to stop messing around.
And it looks like they're just gonna go after these kills. The flash out, Inori again, with basically the same play at the end of the game.
Yep. Tries it twice in a row, manages to pull it off, but a massive bug. 12 kills on him at the very least, and he was making it look so simple on Kha'Zix.
Yeah, he actually, the part where he ended up dying was a little funny, but
gotta give him a
he was just having fun at that point. You know, NME looked like they had a lot of fun there. Noble Truth came into the game. They can hold their heads high because they actually did a pretty good job considering they were very afraid coming into this match, and they were kind of working with a patchwork roster.
Yeah, it's really tough to climb out of those situations and the adversity that you face there, but they did a good effort. They gave it their all. They pulled some surprising picks, and you know, they made some good plays on NME, and this is a team that doesn't always make those mistakes, so props to them for making it happen.
Yeah, really good matches there. And just a lot of fun all around, so I'm really happy.
I enjoyed that. There wasn't a Rammus. I'm sorry for that, but
that's okay, man. We had CatGod versus Baron. You know,
we did.
Who needs that?
Yeah, and he almost got him.
Yeah, it was close. It was close. I would actually watch that 100 times and you'd probably go 51-50, 51-49. There we go.
Highlights about that
there
one.
There some extra numbers in there.
That'll be it. That's that one. We can go ahead and take a look at our updated brackets and see what's going on going forward into our next matches next week. So, of course, you saw earlier yesterday, Final 5 taking out Zenith eSports. They will face off against Complexity Black in Group A. The winner of that will be the one that moves on to represent them in the Final Four.
And in Group B, Complexity White took it yesterday 2-1 over Monster Kittens, and they'll play against Curse Academy next week and try to move on to that Final Four.
Yep, and then Group C, our only full group that is going to end up going down to a Clash of Titans. Coast Gaming taking on Team LolPro, who 2-0'd both of their opponents earlier on.
Yeah, and then in Group D, as we just saw, NME eSports advancing 2-0 over Noble Truth. They will face Team Fusion, who had a bye off of Confusion Gaming. And all those games happen next week, Saturday and Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And we find out who the 4 winners are and move on to the in-person rounds that happen later on.
Absolutely. So those are our matches going forward. You can take a look at them on the screen. But of course, don't forget to keep tweeting us your predictions, prophecies, and all those good things over at LOL Esports using the hashtag LCS expansion. So thank you guys very much for watching. And from all of us here at the ESL Studios, thank you. GG. I will see you next time.